Welcome to the Transformation Institute's podcast for change. Here is our host, Omari Jahi Aton.
Know what's happening.
I'm
Okay,
not sure
guys.
what that was about. I
And
did
keep
not
playing
do
the intro.
Oh gosh, is it me? I can't hear nobody.
You
Are
can't
you
hear us?
I can hear you, Kim.
Okay,
We hear
I
you.
couldn't hear Brenda though. I can't hear Brenda.
Brenda ain't gonna talk no more if this thing keep
Can y'all hear her?
kicking us out. If this thing keeps kicking us out. Where is
that
V?
was
Did he
great.
leave us?
I can't hear.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
can everyone hear now?
I can hear you.
I can't hear
I
Brenda.
can hear. You can't hear me?
Can you
V,
hear?
can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Kimberly
Yeah, I
Mitchell,
cannot hear
known as
Brenda
me
at
too.
all.
You can't hear it all, Kim?
Kim, exit and come back in.
All right.
Don't
This
play
is
that
gonna be
intro
so
no
much
more.
fun. This is gonna be so much fun. Yes, don't play that intro no more.
I
Darlene
didn't do
didn't
that. I did not do that. I
that's
don't know
Tyrone.
what that is about.
That's our host messing with us, making us want us
You
to.
see, he popped up and then went away.
Yes, that's why was his picture here? I thought he was busy. Hey V, how are you tonight? V?
Oh, you tell me? Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm great. How about yourself?
We're talking to.
We're struggling a little bit, but you know, you
Okay.
are only man tonight. So how do you feel, man?
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
You feel
I'm glad.
Okay.
You
I'm
hear him
glad.
say that? He's surrounded by a bunch of beautiful black women. All right, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our topic for tonight is, should you let family, friends, and we put in co-workers too, know when they're wrong? Is it our place
Mm.
to let them know when they're wrong? How do you feel about doing that? Is it easy for you? Is it something you have to think about, or do you just keep your mouth shut on some things? We're going to talk about that tonight. So, do you want us to let you go first, Mr. V, because you're the only guy here?
Well, I don't mind. If you would like me to go first, I sure don't mind.
Well,
All
I
right.
like that
The floor is
when a
yours.
man tells me he don't mind. Go ahead and go first, man.
Okay. On that subject, I'm thinking that as far as a friendship goes, I think if you calling somebody a friend, you should definitely be able to tell them when they're wrong. I guess as far as co-workers, stuff like that goes, I don't know. I guess it's a kind of a thin line for me, especially if they're not a friend of mine. We're talking about a co-worker. I feel like it may not be my place to tell them certain things when they're wrong about something like that. But again, it just definitely a friendship. I don't think you could call a friend if you can't tell them when they're wrong. You can't call yourself a friend to anyone if someone can't tell you when you're wrong.
All right. Okay.
All right.
So my thoughts on
So
that.
do you
I
think
get
that's
more
on?
into it as we go on.
Okay, you think that's
I'm
in
sorry.
any scenario? You think that's being a friend? It doesn't matter the scenario, no matter what it is, that they think you're wrong about, or do you think there are some subjects that they just shouldn't even touch?
Um, no, I think if y'all real friends, I think they should be able to touch on any subject. If you know,
Right.
if y'all like, tight like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if you consider somebody like a really close friend, like if you consider them like your brother or sister, then I think they could touch on any subject.
Okay, they should be able to say anything, huh? Okay. All right. What
Yeah,
about
even
you, ladies?
even with your marriage and stuff. Yeah.
Even with your marriage?
Yeah, even things like, well,
Oh.
but I won't say. You're right. I don't
Huh?
know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
even
mean,
with that, maybe if they're married too, not like I'm not talking about somebody who's single or anything like that. If they're married too, and y'all friends and stuff, and everybody's friends like that, I think y'all can
okay.
tell
All
somebody
right,
when they're
ladies.
wrong in the situation.
Any one of you ladies got anything to say to that?
do you think it's a difference between telling a friend versus telling a family member or telling a colleague? Do you think it's different levels to it?
I
Um,
think
I
depending
think
on
because
what the
so.
subject is about.
Right, right, right.
it is different levels because
Mhm.
each scenario is different because work is work, your friends is friends,
Hmm.
and family is family. Because if you tell someone that they're wrong, no one wants to hear that they're wrong. And
Hmm.
it can go bad on all the levels, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I guess you have to assess the situation and assess that individual, like if this person is someone you can talk to, even though they're wrong, but they might not be approachable for you could sit there and point out their
Mhm.
flaws, because no one wants to be told you're wrong for that. You know
Correct.
you're wrong. So no
Hmm.
one
Yeah.
wants to be told that. And you, like I said, you have to wait and see if the opportunity presents itself for you to tell them that.
Correct.
Because they
But
might
how
they
do
might
you?
get offended. They might get offended by you telling them that.
Mhm. But how
It
do
may
you know
cause
if
a
they
rift.
wrong? Is it because you think they wrong, or is they wrong, or is it your feelings you think they wrong?
That's what I'm
Good
saying. You
question.
have to
Good
assess the
question.
situation.
That's a good point, actually. That is a
Yeah,
good
that is.
point. Like, how do you know if they're wrong? I guess
They're wrong.
you both would have to agree that something's wrong, because I guess somebody could do something they don't feel is wrong,
Right.
Right.
and you feel like it's wrong. You know what I mean?
Because
So
what are you
I
judging
guess,
the
yeah, that's
wrong
a good
by?
point.
What are you judging the wrong by? The law?
Right,
How you
What
right.
judging the
no?
wrong? Your opinions of
But that,
what you think is wrong? That don't mean that it's facts. So
right.
Right.
it's like you have to adjust, like how you addressing the wrong. You addressing it by the laws, by your opinions. Biblically, it's like how you looking at it.
Right. And even
Correct.
biblically, some people, I mean, Bibles, some people read the Bible and they have a different interpretation. It may not be totally off from yours, but it may be a little bit different. They interpreted it a little bit differently. And that can be a factor. You know what I'm saying? So you can say, the Bible says, you can say that if you like, but the other person that read it in a different context.
Right.
So I
Hmm.
guess if you're real good friends, like like V said, if you're tight and you call them like your brother or sister, you should already know their heart. You know what I'm saying? You should already know that they're not coming at you to hurt you. You know, now just casual friends or coworkers, people you know from other people, then you don't know. They might, some people have things against you that you never even know. Some coworkers have things against you just because you're at work and you may dress differently or you may act
Mhm.
differently or bosses may like you. So if some of sometimes you got to know, like, the close friends probably are the, and not even family, guys. Y'all know that some
Yeah.
family is not close enough to tell you anything, you
Right.
Correct.
know.
But do you think, like, if we think they wrong, but where do it come? As it is it your business? Like, is it
Right.
that we should tell them, or is it some stuff not our business?
There is some stuff I think that's not our business. Yeah, I
Right.
think that.
Now
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
when you said, Brenda, when you made the statement, if you're looking at it from a spiritual aspect, if you tell someone, well, the Bible says, that could be tricky too, because some
That's what I
people
said.
are
Yeah.
like, well, you don't live by the Bible, so
Right.
how
Correct.
Right.
you gonna Bible thump at me? So
Right.
Right.
that's a slippery slope too.
So
Because
Right.
it's
you have people that Bible thumpers, and they quick to tell you the word, but you don't see them living by that word sometimes,
Yeah.
and it makes it hard for you to
Correct.
accept what they say.
And even when they, I mean, like I said earlier, it's still an interpretation. We can read the same word and come out with a different understanding.
Correct.
mhm.
Very true.
So
Mhm.
yeah. So I guess you gotta evaluate yourself before, especially if it's a real serious
Sensitive
matter. You
topic.
know what I'm saying? If it's a real serious matter, like say it's something with a mother and a daughter, and you're the friend or you the family member and you got an opinion. Say the daughter then came to you and talked to you, and so then here you go going to talk to the mom, and you got your face and your stuff ready. I think you really need to come to that conversation humbly, because that's tricky as heck. A mother and a daughter, that can either tear somebody apart
Mhm.
or mend. I know the a person with a good heart is trying to mend some stuff, but sometimes even when you're trying to mend some stuff, you might mess up some stuff. So
Mhm.
I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know.
And then you also
Mhm.
got to realize too, when you try to tell somebody they wrong, like I said, it can backfire on you because that person might be like, who are you to tell me that I'm wrong when you living like this? Or you don't even do this your own self, but you telling me that I'm wrong. What gives you the right to tell me that I'm wrong? So it's like it it depends on, it's a touchy subject, and
Mhm.
again, everybody cannot take constructive criticism. They
Yeah.
take it as
Right.
like, oh, you trying to tear me down or you against me. No, I'm trying to help you. Everybody don't receive help the same way.
Yeah.
And
So does
sometimes
anyone?
it's okay. It's okay to say you tried, but then you keep beating it. You tried it. You said what you had to say, and then leave it alone. Don't just keep coming telling me I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Then I'm gonna get an attitude or something. Like it's okay to let people make their mistakes and their decision. You said your piece. You said it, and now they have to live with the decision they made. But you
Yeah.
can't just keep beating the person like you wrong. You wrong if they think they're not wrong.
Yeah, because adults have Tyrone had sent us some things to look over, and one of them was I forgot what the topic was over
Was
it,
it
but the little point
accountability,
was,
Brenda?
huh?
Was one of the words accountability one of the
Yeah,
topics?
I don't know if this one goes under accountability, but it says adults have the right to make their own mistakes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
So I don't know if
accountability.
that one was under accountability or not, but kind of, right? Adults
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
the right to make their own mistakes. So,
Hmm.
but I mean, if you're coming at them correctly, or if you're coming at them nicely, you already know that they have that right. Some people don't say anything to people. I'm not sure if that's really a good thing, and it may be at some times, like you all are saying, different times come, deserves different measures. But sometimes there's people who never say anything to people when you see and know that they see them doing wrong, and they just go like, I'm not saying a thing, I ain't saying nothing to them.
Hmm.
How's that? Is that okay
But
too?
it's not okay, but I always said, how do if you tell me something, sometimes nobody have to know I came to you and told you you was wrong. Everybody don't need to know that. I could have came to you in private. And I think sometimes people want to see you go off on somebody or tell them they wrong. Sometimes it's a private matter that you go to them. It might be better if you just go to them. Everybody don't know. You don't know if I went to that person and told them they was wrong or not.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
They
And
don't
then
have to
you
be
know
yeah.
what?
publicized.
I don't know about you all, but I know I have a few friends who sometimes I pick and choose my battles with them because I
Hmm.
know like it's gonna fall on deaf ears certain things. And then some of my friends, I know their personality. So I already know no matter what I say, they're not going to listen, or one, they're gonna
Right.
get an attitude. Um Sometimes you might be met with a yelling session or somebody hanging up, or some of those things. Sometimes you have to know the person you're dealing with, or
Hmm.
the person that you are contemplating saying something to, because if you know your friends or family members, you already know if you're going to get a possible good conversation, or if it's going to be a yelling match, or it's going to be a whole bunch of attitude and animosity.
So when you have one
Correct.
like that, do you stay away from them altogether? Do you never say anything to them because you already know that? Do you take that stance where you never say a word to them? Do you do
I
that?
think it depends on the situation. Because I think if
Yeah.
it's something extremely serious or something that's extremely toxic, you may just say, forget it. I'm going to risk it because they
Right.
need to be told. And then you tell them, and however the cards may fall, we're
Hmm.
going to
Right.
deal with it.
Hmm. And sometimes they might listen to you, just not gonna let you know they listening to you.
Right. I say
In the
that
Hmm.
back of
all
their
the time.
mind, okay, they might be thinking about it, but they ain't gonna let you know, yeah, I was wrong. But by you telling
Right.
them, they might go back later and think like I probably was wrong or something.
Right. Yeah, I say that all the time. I think a lot of people do that. They may not tell you. Yeah, I think that. Um, okay, there's a question there. I can't really see it.
It was
Vanessa,
more of
do
a
you see that?
statement. Elaine said, we know it's difficult. Conversations are hard. We
Hard
know
to do.
difficult conversations are hard.
Hmm. And
Okay. Uh,
I say for work, like your coworkers. I always say like jobs are not like it used to be in the days. Back then you had coworkers that was like friends. You don't see too much of that now. And so for me, if I see something wrong, if it don't have anything to do with me, I be quiet because you'll be the one talking and then everybody else will be going against you. So I fight my own
yeah,
battles at work because it's not like you have that relationship like it used to be. Your friends be 20, 30-year friendship, come over your house, meet your family. You don't see that no more. You don't hardly see that no more in jobs.
mm,
Yeah, I agree. In that situation, I think it's best. Like if the situation ain't affecting you in any type of way, I feel like
Hmm.
it's no need to even say anything unless something just needs to be said. But it only needs to be said if it's affecting you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But if it ain't affecting you,
and if it is affecting you,
Hmm.
and if it is affecting you, then yes, you have to say
You see
something.
some.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you
But
have to
I
say
noticed if
something if
I
it's
go,
affecting you.
yeah, I'm only gonna talk about me. I ain't gonna say well we agree. No, I'm gonna talk about me. You talk for yourself because you're people have you'd be the one talking and they don't say nothing. Then you look like you the bad person or you always complaining or you doing something.
yeah, yeah.
That was
Well,
me
you
at
know
my last job.
what did you say, Vanessa?
That was me at my last job. When something needed to be said, everyone would start looking at me. And the moment I say it, everybody kind of fall back and see how they're going to react to what I'm saying.
So you
Yeah.
was
So did that
identified
bother
as the
you though?
problem
Did that
child.
keep you?
Sometimes it did, but sometimes I would say I'm gonna be quiet, and sometimes that's a little too hard for me. So yeah, a
But what
lot
I
of
want to
Right.
times I
know
would go
is,
in there like I'm not saying anything, and then
Hmm.
I get angry because we've all had these conversations, and now we're in front of someone, and no one is ready to speak out or speak up, and now I look like I'm crazy, like it's just
Mm,
me, like I'm the issue.
mm.
so how do
They
you
gotta find a
address?
scapegoat.
So how do you address telling someone they wrong? Like, how do you go about saying, "Hey, let me talk to you. I saw that you did this." How do you approach that person?
How would you want to be approached?
Okay, far
Mm,
as in a work setting, I'll be like, "Hey, we're cool co-workers or colleagues. Like, put me to the let me talk to you real quick. I saw that you did this. This was wrong, and this is why it's wrong. So I've asked you to go fix it before it becomes a bigger problem. And then if it's friends, be like, you know what, friend, you was wrong for that. You shouldn't have talked to this person. You shouldn't have did this. You was wrong for that. Now you need to sit back. Think about what I'm telling you is wrong. Think about your actions. Think about what you did and see for yourself why you was wrong. Now,
think about the
family and
consequences.
friends, it's like that can be tricky because it's like you try to tell them like, man, we family, but and you telling them that they messing up the family or their personal family. So it
It
depends.
could it could depend if you see something. If you see something, I think if you strong about it, you should be able to talk to family. What the thing is, don't go talk with other family to trying to get. Say for instance, I'm mad. I think you wrong. That's just my opinion. I shouldn't try to go to the family and have everybody think the way I feel or I think it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to get a group against a person. If you feel something against a person, you talk to that person. You can't go trying to make everybody feel the way you feel because they might say, no, you was wrong for that too. It could
Right.
have been something that you did. Anybody can interpret something wrong. You could have had a bad day, or somebody, I could tell you was blue and you might heard red. And if you go back and tell that person, they automatically mad and thinking, so when you come to me, you said that, you already have an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So you
families
ain't
tend to
gonna
do
listen to
that
nothing they
though.
say. Huh?
But
Families really tend to do that though. It
Yes.
seems as though if one person, especially let's say we were all at a wedding
Mm-hmm.
and something happened, somebody threw a drink in somebody's face at the table. A lot of people saw it. Some people don't say anything, turn their heads, but before they go to the person who did it, the talk done been around the tables already,
Yes.
right? So it's already kind of messed up from the start. So sometimes when you go to the person who actually did the thing and they were wrong at somebody's wedding, at our family's wedding or funeral or whatever, it was wrong. But sometimes they can't accept you're saying it's wrong because of their embarrassment already. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're already embarrassed. You know us. When we're embarrassed, we don't want to be told anything. We don't want to be talked about,
mhm.
or we
Correct.
already feel like they done talked about us already. So I don't care. They done talked about me already. So what? Um, uh, so family. I'm all for family. I wish that families were as close as ever, but we all know that that's a real hard one to
Yeah.
Yes.
you really gotta talk go through some stuff before you come to family and start saying, especially this point a finger and say you were wrong. I mean that's hard as heck. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, did any one of you have something that you can say that you think would just really smooth something over to the person who was embarrassed? Do you have anything that you think you might say to them because they're embarrassed?
Now, do you think it may have something to do with the way the family structure has changed? Because
Yes.
there
Mm-hmm.
used to always
Yes.
be someone in the family. If something was going on, that person was gonna address it, regardless of who
Hmm.
did
I
it
think
or
that
who
changed.
did it. In a lot of families, it was Big Mama. Big Mama would get everybody straight, or you
Get
might
the
have had
family
Correct.
together
an
and
auntie
put
that set
everybody in
But
line.
everybody.
everybody, tell everybody off. And like
Mm,
Big Mama didn't pick no sides. She was like, you sit down, you go sit down. I'm telling both of y'all. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's
it used to
definitely
always
changed. That's definitely changed.
Yes.
somebody in the family. Now it's like nobody in the family wants to step up and step on anybody's toes.
Correct.
Kind of,
And it's about
kind
And wait,
respect. You have to have
okay,
respect for the person. If I already know you don't respect me, you disrespect me, and then you try to come and tell me something, I'm not listening to nothing you saying anyway. Because we don't
right,
respect each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Be like, who are
That's
you to
right.
tell me what to do?
Yeah.
Right. And don't been I had something go wrong in your life at one point, even though you changed, even though you fixed it, even though you
You
corrected it.
could, yeah.
Hey,
You could have
you
did
can't
the
live
same
that one
thing
down.
wrong. Hmm.
Yeah, you
You
Like, I
can't
know,
don't
live
want
that
you to make
one
the
down.
mistakes I made 10,
Right.
15
Right,
years ago. So if I did it 15 years ago, I can't tell you now that you still hold that for 15 years ago. I learned from
yeah,
my mistakes, so I'm just letting you know.
Now, some
and
people
yeah,
don't learn
it
from their
seems like
mistakes.
a lot of times in those situations, it's because someone has done something that we look at like it's bad. Like, for instance, most families have been touched by alcohol or drugs, adultery or something. And sometimes those are the best people to talk to you and tell you something. A lot of
Yeah.
times people like, Why would I listen to you? You a crackhead, because she was a crackhead or he was a crackhead. So definitely you might want to listen to him because he's telling you what he knows. He's telling
Yes.
you what she's been through. You know what she's been through. And sometimes we just turn our noses up because we figure somebody has done something bad. But hey, test and testimony.
Correct.
Right,
Correct.
right. And it can help save somebody else from some stuff later on. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, the
But we'll
family
listen
structure
to
has
people
changed.
not directly affected or directly associated with us. Sometimes a stranger could come and tell the same story that your uncle, auntie, cousin, sister, brother has. You won't listen
And
to
you will
them.
listen.
You listen to that stranger. Cry your eyes out and everything.
Of course.
And I think
Correct.
that may be about the respect that you just mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Respect is a big thing too. It really is. And it seems to be
definitely.
laying on the side of the road these days. On social media lately, I think when you tap on something and then you start keep getting those same stories. So I've gotten these 3 stories in a row, and they're called, I think they're called Tell Your Story. Have you guys seen that? It's Tell Your
Mm-mm.
Story. And they're basically some women who are telling their story about child molestation when they were younger.
Oh, I did
Mm-hmm.
hear that. I did see that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so I got 3 in a row, and I don't know, it just makes me like cry my eyes out. But in those situations, those all of those women said that they felt like they couldn't tell anybody.
Correct.
We've heard that all our lives, that a lot of people have gone through some stuff and they just can't tell anybody. Um,
Correct. Because I seen that, Brenda, because one of them said that was helping them that she, it was the one, I seen the one with the father. The girl said the father was molesting her and her friend. She had a friend and he was molesting both of them.
both
But
of them.
she told and nobody believes her. So he kept molesting her and her friend together.
Oh
for
wow.
years, for
Yeah.
years though. And you know, me on the outside, um, who had an uncle who tried to touch me when I was a little girl, but I had a mom that always talked to me and always said things, even though some of these people did too. I guess it's got to be your makeup or whatever. But when I told my mom went into action. My uncle lived with
Hmm.
us. My mom had his stuff packed up and ready to go when he got off work. He worked the 3 to 11 shift. My uncle did not go all the way or nothing with me, but he attempted to. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I told. So when I hear those stories, guys, I feel so sad that some of these girls went through things for years because people don't listen. And what I want to ask about that is, if you know that a young person, or you feel that a young person is going through that, would you say something to anybody in their family?
Um, yeah, I think I would talk to them, try to go get them some help to bring it out to make sure they okay and safe. Cause we know stuff like in the black family, the family secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And so now when they holding that, when they get older, that's traumatizing. So they messed up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people be so protective over their kids, they can't even have family because they don't want nobody to be around their kids or touch their kids or do anything. They be paranoid.
Yep.
But
And then I think
do you think you
I
could
think I
talk to
could say
the
something like
kid's
you could
mom?
be ways of saying some stuff. Like in our family, I don't know about everybody else. Like in our family, and I think I'm like that to a extent now. We love our uncles. We love our uncles. But no matter what now, uncle, you better not go steal no uncle lap. You better not ask no
Right.
uncle for no dollars. You better not ask for nothing. Like right now, when I see kids begging men for money, that eats me up.
Yeah, because we weren't
Yeah.
raised like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was
And
just wondering
Yeah.
if
oh, go ahead.
I was just wondering if you think that I mean, do people stray away from those kind of conversations and say nothing to the parents, because the parent probably has, like you said, Bam, and that one thing that she told somebody, I don't know if it was her parent or whatever. I think she said her grandmother or somebody she told,
Her grandmother.
and she dismissed it and told her don't lie on him or something, and and just let stuff continue in the family. So if you come into that, do you think that you would say something, or would you shy away because that's going to start up some stuff and you already know the family is covering it up?
I wouldn't want to betray their trust. I would talk to them. I would want to say something to the family, but I would want to make sure that I don't do it behind their back, even though I would not want to betray their trust and just go talk to the family. I would tell them something like, listen, you should tell your family, and I'll come with you to tell your family. Something like that. I'm not sure if I would do it. I know that sounds crazy, but I just wouldn't want to betray their trust like that and just go talk to their family and let them know, even though that's something serious going on like that. But I would want them to, I would try to convince them to, let me go with you and tell somebody. I'll stay on them about that. Tell.
That makes sense. And let me tell you, because, and I'm saying this because, I mean, that makes sense. I never even I didn't think about that. I guess I know I would talk to that person first too. But I already know that I'm going to somebody. I'm going somewhere. I'm telling. But it makes sense what you said. And see, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes in these shows, we need to say things. We need to have other opinions, because I hear you when you said I wouldn't betray their trust. Because if they're feeling bad about it and they did tell somebody and nothing was done, they probably say, forget it. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And then you go bring it back up, and then they got to live with those people. You know what I'm saying? They got to deal with those people. So I guess you got to think about the person who talked to you.
Correct.
So, yeah.
That's happening on a reality show now. The Braxton, the auntie husband was inappropriate messing with the niece. And so Tamar bought her on to tell her story because she's messed up about it. And Tamar, when she went through it, nobody listened to her. So since she had a podcast, she bought her niece on to tell her story. So the whole family mad because she bring up them family secrets. Because the girl talking.
And that's what I was about to say. It's like, once you say something, now the whole family mad at you.
So
but that's almost a betrayal to you, because if somebody did something to me and you're mad because I'm talking about it, shame on you. Shame on you, because now I feel like you helped them do that to me in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, but that really happens. That stuff happens so much. Yes. Yes. And the family, those people who are saying, shut up, why are you talking about this? They're adamant on that. Shut up, leave that alone. Let's let it. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine not talking about that sometimes. I mean, like you said, I wouldn't want to betray her trust. I don't know if I could stay that way and walk around and see or be involved with things, even if she accepts it and walks around. And I'm not, I don't know if I could. I'm telling you, I mean, that may be bad, but I don't know if I could do that.
Talking to, it could have happened to them and they don't want to bring it. They don't want to address it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if they don't, that would be real hard for me.
Because a lot of times that's what happens in families.
Yeah.
When it comes out that someone is doing something and it's affecting a child, then sometimes you find out those adults were victims as children too. I think we need to start normalizing telling children, hey, find someone safe to talk to. If you can't get through to that person, then have a backup safety person, because it shouldn't just stop at one person. If one person doesn't do what you need to have done or address things for you and you still don't feel safe, we need to normalize telling these kids, keep going until you feel safe.
Correct.
Yeah. I guess there's gonna be different. That's gonna always be different strokes for different folks. There's always gonna be some kid who's not gonna say a word and who's gonna be quiet and never tell you anything. Even after they told you, they probably don't want to hear it no more, talk about it anymore, and go
Right.
through some stuff. So
Correct.
that's kind of a thing. But that was mine. That's only because, like I said, this week I read 3 of those and I was just blown away. So I thought about
Mm-hmm.
this topic, and yeah, would you say something then? Is it okay then to tap somebody on the shoulder and say, hey, can I talk to you a minute? Especially the kid's mother, or because
Yeah.
especially if it's with the mother and her boyfriend and they living with them,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be comfortable knowing that this kid is going back home to this.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be a black sheep that day. They're gonna talk about me all they want that day, and I'm not gonna care.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm
Elaine
gonna
made
go.
a good point. She said some feel family names and legacy is more important than your tragedies.
Oh,
And that's ridiculous, but it's the
Yeah.
truth.
It's
Yeah.
the truth.
yes,
It's the
You
truth.
got to
yeah,
protect the legacy. Yep.
yeah.
I
Everybody
think
stays quiet about it, and it just keeps going and going and
I
Right.
going.
caught up in that whole thing that most black families have gone through, like what goes on in this house stays in this house. We've gotten
Yeah.
caught up in that. And, if you were a child and was told that and it was almost whipped and beaten to you, then it is kind of hard to go against the norm. Because at some point when you are abused as a child, it kind of takes over who you are and it takes away from who you become. So you may have had a path where you were going to be a strong, boisterous person, but now just that
Yeah,
little
yeah,
thing, and I'm not saying a little thing, but just that thing itself has knocked you down and beat you up internally where you won't speak up and you
yeah,
won't
yeah,
say anything and you become
yeah.
almost like a walking map to people.
Yes, that's sad. That's real sad. And
It's
it's not
correct.
even always sexual abuse. It can be
No.
physical abuse.
It's
That
Yeah.
you
called
got beat.
mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you got
Yep.
beat
And
bad as a child, or or
mhm.
mentally, right? Or
Yeah.
sometimes you were talked about so bad, or put down, or whatever. So
Yeah.
Correct.
yeah,
So abuse hits just as hard as hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Okay, let's lighten it up a little bit. That's just something that was so bad to me. But lighting it up a little bit, I'm gonna say friends. I'm kind of one of them. Um, yeah, you pick your battles. I don't say everything I want, to say to my friends when even if I think that they were wrong about something. And I don't do it a lot to my family, but I am the most vocal in my family chat. I'm gonna say some stuff, and then I know that people are gonna be like, "What's he talking about now?" And guess what? Be like, "Okay, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna stay out for a while. I'm gonna be mad. I ain't gonna talk on the chat for a while, but I'm gonna come back." See, the difference is I'm coming back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna say I'm sorry if I offended you, and I'm gonna start from there. But I sometimes I just feel like some things got to be said.
So when you
And
get out your family chat, do you punish everybody because you mad at certain people or one person? Do you punish
um,
everybody? Or
what I do is not punish anyone. I say a general thing like y'all know how I feel when you do this, so and so, and I don't say anybody in particular.
okay.
So I do it that way. But it be about, they know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I just say something, I try not, I ain't gonna never throw a rock at one
Yeah.
person and put them on front street. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, no, no. All right, guys. What do we do now? Our host is not here.
I just want to touch on something, and this is a crazy. Well, it's not crazy because it's serious. But just
Serious
touching
and
on
crazy?
that, I know you said you wanted to brighten up the mood, but
Okay.
this craziness with me might help the next person. I don't know.
Okay.
Have you all seen where it's been in all over social media about Tupac's song "Brenda Got a Baby"? How they
Uh-uh.
found
Oh, me?
how the boy
I got four. I got four babies. But okay, go ahead.
Tupac's Brenda.
Oh, Tupac, Brenda.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the baby that she threw away, they found him, and they've
Oh,
been
Oh, this was
talking to him.
real?
He
I thought
actually
it was a
made some
girl. I thought it was a
videos.
little girl in the video.
It's a guy. It's a guy,
Okay.
and he actually has, met Brenda, the real
So Brenda
Brenda,
did throw him
and
away for real?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
He
thought it was just
he
a
has a
song.
video
Me
out there.
too.
He has a video out there talking about it to someone, and he was saying that she was in contact with him a little while after that happened, and then they cut the visits. And he got adopted by a family, and when he got older in life, he actually ran into, they contacted again, and now they're in contact with each other. He said they don't have the best of relationship, but they have a good relationship, and he
that's
understands
good.
everything that went on. And so when some of you, we've had this conversation about me leaving school for Christmas break and having to my baby on Christmas break, and no one knew I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I used to always wonder, damn, what would I have done if my mom hadn't have found out, in those little 4 days. She found out on Christmas, and my daughter was
Wow.
born 4 days later. And she actually was being a mother, being nosy, checking up on me, and she saw some things and was like, girl, you got to go to the hospital. And I ended up having to have Tamia prematurely. But I used to always wonder, because it was right after that I kept seeing all these stories where these young girls was having babies and hiding them in closets, and the babies dying and
Wow.
everything. And it used to bother me, because I used to be like, I wouldn't have thought I would have been a person to hide a pregnancy that long, yet alone. If my mother hadn't found out, if I would have been in the room going into labor, what would I have done? Would I
What
have
I've
been one of
done. Yeah.
those girls that hid something? So that used to always bother me. And when I see these type of stories about stuff like that, it really bothers me, because it's so many people that don't know that there are things that they could do or whatever. And okay,
Correct.
so
Had you
so
talked to someone? Had you shared that with anyone that
yeah,
you were pregnant? Anybody?
I thought I had that conversation with you all before, but I know some of
No,
my
no,
other
no,
friends
no,
I
no.
had
I
that
mean
conversation.
at the
Oh,
time.
you
I
mean
mean
in
at the
therapy?
time. No, when you
Oh,
were pregnant.
back
Yes.
then,
Did
I
anybody?
think
Did you share
after
that?
the fact, yeah. But before I had Tamia, no,
Right. Nobody knew.
no,
Just you. Okay.
because
Okay.
in my mind, I could just hide it as long as I couldn't. And it was
So
so
what you
crazy
thought your mother
because
would do? What you thought your mother would do?
because my mom was crazy. I ain't want her to definitely find out. But on Christmas Day, she was like, "Oh my God!" I had tried on an outfit, and
Yeah.
she was like, "That's kind of cute, but you might need a size. It looked like you putting on a few pounds." And she touched my stomach, and she was
Wow.
like, "Oh my God, girl, you gonna have to fucking talk to me." Oh, I'm sorry, but y'all know my mama used to curse.
Messed up.
But she was
Messed up
like, "You
our
gonna have
Christian
to talk
leaders.
to me," and she was in the kitchen cooking. So I know that just messed up her whole little thing. And I exited stage left and went in another room. And then next thing I know, she done told my brother and my brother's girlfriend. Now they all in there, all over me, like they inspecting me and everything. And I'm like, oh my
Ah.
God, here we go.
So your mama told your business without asking you, huh?
Yeah, she did.
See?
But here's the
Right there.
craziest thing.
Yeah.
Before Christmas Day, it looked like I had just gained weight, because I used to be super skinny.
We all
And it
did.
looked like I was just starting to fill out or whatever. Like I had hips and everything. So they just thinking I'm going through a teenage thing, finally filling out. Yeah, it was a whole baby hiding in them hips, but
And that happens more than we know too, Vanessa. That's
Yes.
still happening. That's still happening
between
today.
the 25th and 29th, I looked pregnant. Like all that stress just woof. And
Right.
it was like I looked pregnant in those 4 little days. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But just hearing his story and hearing everything, like how he is in contact with her and they're trying to have some type of relationship, I just always wonder what would I have done. And like if my daughter would have been one of those children, that didn't make it here because of something that a teenager did out of their mind, So those type of stories always bother me.
Mm.
Well, I pray that someone listening tonight hears these. I think that sometimes we say some things that we don't know that our words carry weight. Somebody's listening, somebody's hearing, and some young girl may be going through the same thing, Vanessa, this many years later. Because your daughter is like how old now?
35.
Wow. That was 35 years ago. Those things are still happening. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when
So
I
Just
hear
on the
those
news.
stories,
Just on the
I
news the
like
other
to
day
freeze up.
in New York, a lady left a baby with the umbilical cord still wrapped, still
wow.
connected at the steps of the subway, and they found her.
Yes. I seen it.
An
Yeah.
adult did this.
Oh, that's a little scary. The umbilical cord does that.
And
Oh,
then, it was happening so much. That's why they start having the safe houses for it. Like you can leave it at the police station, or
Mm-hmm.
not it, but you can leave the baby at the
Mm.
police station or fire station. But it's still going to be some young girls out there that's scared to do that.
Correct.
still is.
And some of the girls now that get pregnant, they ain't scared to say they pregnant. Like back in the day, we was embarrassed. So they
Yeah.
want to say they pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
But even with that, it's still going to be those
Mm-hmm.
girls, like you said, that's
Yeah.
happy as heck, and they're young, and they're
Mhm.
teenagers, and they're pregnant, and they're going to have baby showers and all that. Because we
Yeah.
could have baby showers and all
You
that,
can have
but
baby shower. We can even
No,
go
I
no,
to a baby
never had
shower.
baby shower.
no.
Nope.
Okay,
I've given baby showers, but I've never had one.
Nope.
right, right. So coming back to us with asking or telling people that they're wrong, can we have some closing thoughts? Can we have something that you would say to somebody else that may help diffuse some arguments or some bitterness or something that you think would be profound enough that people don't lose friendship or family don't
Hmm.
hate you? Can
I
we
would
can we
say,
have some of those?
mhm. I would say, listen to a person talk. Don't talk about them, and we just show people mercy. We have to have mercy to see what they was thinking. People, it's so many people going through stuff you don't know.
Right.
Mm.
I agree. Totally agree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I would
I think.
say, okay,
Oh,
here,
go ahead.
Vanessa. I was gonna say, if you're gonna talk to someone, list out why they're wrong. Point it out. Hey, you wrong on this point, and explain to them why they're wrong. Show them why they're wrong, and maybe offer some alternatives to correct the wrong. You identify the
Okay, so
problem. You
you said
but
show them why they're wrong. So what you're saying, you would only say that to them if it was definite that what they did was a wrong.
right, and then you explain to them why it was wrong. You show them
Okay.
why it was wrong, and then you offer some solution to fix the wrong. You identify the problem. You try to rectify the problem, and then you offer solutions.
Mhm.
So going forward, you won't be doing that same thing again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. V, hey V, you got
Uh,
any closing
I,
thoughts?
But Vanessa, you was gonna say something, Vanessa,
Oh, go
before I
ahead, B.
say
I'll
anything?
wait.
Okay. No, I would just say, you know, um, it's something. It like I said, it all depends what the situation and stuff is. But I would just say, um, be, talk to them if you feel like somebody was wrong. Express that you feel like they was wrong, and and sometimes you can, I don't know, agree to disagree on things, because depending on if, like I said earlier, you might think something they did was wrong, but it's not necessarily wrong to them. And the way you probably do things and stuff might be wrong to them, but you feel like it ain't wrong. So I guess basically it comes down to just like hearing each other out. The word respect y'all brought up earlier, having respect, saying enough for each other to where like you could tell somebody what you feel like they're wrong in, they could tell you what you feel like you're wrong in, and then
Okay.
y'all could just kind of like, I don't know, go from there.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Agree to disagree. Okay. If they
Yes.
agree.
yeah,
And that was
Okay.
just in the comments. Quee had said that, like, I love you, but we can agree to disagree sometimes.
Correct.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
for me, it's just we need to normalize being able to speak to one another and give advice or give constructive criticism and receive it as well. We have to get
Mhm.
out of not wanting to hurt people's feelings with the truth.
Right.
Mm,
Sometimes we don't want to talk to people because we feel like it's the truth, but it's not our place. And if
Correct.
mm,
you see someone you love hurting someone else, it's your place. Like, don't believe it's not. Um, some things are off limits because sometimes we
mm,
don't know how to draw the line on what we should talk about and what we shouldn't. But if it's definitely something that's kind of toxic or that we see is causing problem, friction, harm, then we definitely, it's our duty to speak up. Friend,
Mhm.
family, colleague, whatever.
I
okay.
have a comment to
Yeah.
piggyback off of that. If you sit there and this person you know is dead wrong, and you know that your spirit is wrong, you said something, do you cut ties with that person? Be a family, friend, or a coworker. Do you
Do you
cut
cut
ties with them?
ties with a person because they wrong? You gonna
Right.
cut ties with your family because they wrong? You gonna cut ties with your child because they wrong?
That's what I'm saying. Do you cut
But
ties with that family
I
or that
mean,
person?
you still love them, right? They wrong. Like I
Right.
think Quee said in that message, I love you, but we're gonna agree to disagree. Now they
Right.
truly hurting you, you might have to do some separation. But
Right.
I don't think because you think they wrong or they wrong that you will cut ties with them. Because just say for instance, you have a child. If I have a child to go out there and kill somebody, he wrong, but they're still my child. I'm gonna be there for them, even though they wrong.
It
That's
was a
right.
video on that. I don't know if it was a prank or whatever have you, with a girl. She was arrested. She called her mother, and she was saying that she was caught cash apping her customers. They cash out some money to the mom was like, "Well, did you do it? Is there proof to showing that you cash out yourself from that girl phone?" She was like, "Yeah, but I didn't do it." She said, "Well, you did it." So she put her daughter out of. She said, "You did it."
Hmm.
So it's
Yeah, that's
like,
that's
Accountability.
hard. That's
Yeah.
hard. But at the end of the day, I guess all of what we talked about is our opinions, our thoughts, and they were good. I mean, and they're good to us. But Kim, cutting ties is real hard to do with family and close friends. Um, but sometimes, like Vanessa said, you got to step back. Uh, you can separate yourself for a while because
Hmm.
we need that. We need that,
yes,
to
yes,
keep down
disconnect.
anger, to regroup. But I think that we should always strive to come back. I think we as a people, we get agitated and mad quickly, and we don't want anybody to tell us anything. I think we need to humble ourselves and give each other grace like God has given us grace and
Correct.
Hmm.
mercy. Man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's real, and it's so needed in this day and time. Because
Correct.
guys, at the end of the day, we gotta have some grace and mercy and pray for our president
Look,
By
I was
nature.
with you until you said that part.
Right. I'm like,
We got to. We got to though. The word says to
Mhm.
pray for those who despitefully use you and say
Well,
bad
Mhm.
things against you. What you say, B?
let me say this.
Yeah.
I'm not Jesus. I try to walk in his spirit, but I'm not Jesus, and I'm still a work in progress.
Okay.
Jesus could sit there knowing that Judas was among him, but nah, I haven't got there yet. I haven't made it there yet.
Correct. And you never know, God might be doing this, allowing this to happen for people to come together, to be one. We still separated. Black people still separated. We go on
Yes,
everybody bandwagon but our own.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much stuff
So,
is going on, we're still fighting
Still
among
the fight.
each other.
Mm-hmm.
so yeah. So we're gonna have grace
Winners.
and mercy. And
Yes.
thank you guys. Thank you guys for tonight. Cause yeah, I wasn't ready and you guys pulled it off. Maybe Omari Jahi Atan is that his real name? Because you know he's tied to me.
You
I'm
tell
gonna
wrong to
have
me?
to talk to him because I think he tried to
Yeah,
sabotage me tonight.
right. But we pulled it off. We did what we did, and he better not talk about us to anybody, right, guys?
No, because you
Right.
see
We
he came
haven't.
on. I seen that picture. He came on.
Yeah, he was
Oh, he
on a
did.
couple of times, and that's when
You
all the
like that,
stuff
B?
was
Did you?
happening.
Yes, you did. Okay. All right, thank you guys. It was a great night. I don't know how do we do this from here, Miss Vanessa. What are we doing? We hanging out, or we? But everybody
You
have a
all
good night.
go on, but we're gonna say good night to everyone else.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank
Good
you guys for
night.
listening. I don't know who were on.
Good night.
Vanessa knows who's on, but we're gonna talk about that next week.
All
God
right.
bless. All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Vanessa, you take us out.
Don't we have to stay on for a couple of minutes?
Thanks for supporting our podcast. We look forward to see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. We also ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more subscribers we have, the more YouTube will push our podcast to more viewers. But until then, subscribe also for a peaceful mind. Your activity will reflect that peace.